Well, man, how you guys doing today? It is good to be on this earth today. I don't know why, but it's good to be here. A lot of crap going on. And we getting ready to have a war, people in the Middle East. What's up, kid? I know. Political what?
Welcome to the TED Ed Podcast, where we delve into the issues that shape our daily lives and drive our productivity. We confront topics that matter deeply to all of us, from healthcare and affirmative action to voting rights and monetary success and failure. We cover it all. And yes, we dive into the complex world of politics, exploring how our country has evolved from slavery to the 21st century. Our content is crafted with care and expertise, drawing from years of experience in these critical areas. We invite you to give the TED Ed podcast a listen. You won't be disappointed. Share your thoughts with friends and confidants, and don't forget to like, comment, and share our episodes. Your engagement helps us grow and reach more listeners. Are you passionate about these topics? Do you have unique insights to share? You could be one of our guest speakers. Drop us a line, send an email, or leave a comment. All requests will be considered. Join us on this journey of exploration and understanding. This is the TED Ed Podcast. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
All right, we're back here, people. Man, I guess we can. You're not safe no matter where you at nowadays. You got you in your own office complex. They come in there to arrest your ass. Throw you down on the floor and arrest you with handcuffs on. A sitting U.S. senator. this man is in the Senate. He ain't retired. He ain't running for office. He is the senator for the state of California. And they throwed him down like he was a criminal. Trump got 34 count indictment. Shitty felony. They throw him down. They give him a parade tomorrow.
There's some ass backwards them folks.
They giving that bitch a fucking parade. Wow, you got a military parade. Yeah. and the Speaker of the House got nervous to tell he was wrong. He had no business going up in there. You ain't got no business up in there. You a U.S. Senator in your office complex. You got no business going up in there. We ought to censor him.
Yeah, that's what they get for being so nice to those jackasses. There's a whole lot of them should have been arrested in the January 6th, them Congress people, because they was colluding with them. That's what they get. They get what you don't give it back to them, and then they're going to take more advantage of it. And January 6th people was colluding with Congress people. We saw all of it. They gave us film. They were sitting there giving them all kinds of tours and everything. And next thing you know, they come back on January 6th and going through all these offices. They didn't know where they was going.
And the gall of them bitches, they gonna sue the government for $100 million because they got arrested.
They should get there and reverse all that. Soon they come up in that office talking about suing and go to court. Arrest them all. Again.
He's suing them for $100 million. Man, we in a hell of a country, man. I don't know. People scared to come out. And then
we're in a sad state of affairs. A sad state of affairs. You got BB, one of the biggest criminals is in non-warfare, killed over 50 million people. And now he wants to kill all the Iranians.
Well, he got on there and twice said that they ain't got no business getting these people who are citizens who work in the fields, leave them alone. The farmers need them people in the fields. So we go leave those illegals in the field, arrest the other illegals.
All of them work. What the hell are you talking about?
Well, he specifically said the farm workers and the people who work at the hotels cleaning the room. They got a right to stay. Now anybody else, if you are a doctor, a lawyer, or a teacher, or a professor, and everything, or a scientist, they're gonna throw your ass out. So when you work in a hospital,
nurses,
because you ain't no service worker. So you service worker, cleaning the toilets and making beds and stuff, it's okay to stay. And if you're working in the field, picking cotton or apples or whatever the hell you picking, your stuff is okay for you to stay. But
if you're a cook,
you're a cook. If you're a cook, you can stay up. But if you're a nurse or a scientist or professor, y'all got to go. Man, we a hell of a damn country. There's a lot of bitch to get away with that. Well, anyway, Ted, are we gonna have a war in the Middle East or what?
Nope.
Why not?
Well, you have to realize that Iran is ran by two facets. You got the religious people, and then you got your other kind of people, your regular people. And a lot of Iranians are really, they have been Americanized. And the thing that he has to think about, we have about probably close to about 5 to 7 million Iranians right here in this country. Now, some of them are radical. And then, not only that, they're Muslims, but they're different sects. So, he got to tread real lightly, because that means he's going to have the FBI, CIA, all those alphabet suits going to have to be working triple time, because they got a lot of sales around in this country. And they mess with these Muslims. It ain't nothing to play with. Because all that junk is right now, all this is a religious war. That's all this is. And that's why, from my understanding, they keep telling them, don't get involved, don't get involved. But they'd already said that the United States is complicit anyway. So, shame on us, bro. I'm telling you, man, because we'll see how tough our military is now, as far as our security and all that.
Well, I was talking about Israel and Iran.
Say what?
I was talking about Israel and Iran. Israel,
Exactly what I'm talking about.
Israel bombed them fools and stuff last night, and Iran attacked them with drones and stuff, which didn't do any good. So they just said, just on that crap, they hit them son of a gun with some missiles and stuff, and they struck Tel Aviv and a whole bunch of other places there in Israel and stuff with them damn missiles. So we close to a war in the Middle East, as far as I'm concerned.
I don't even know what BB thinking about.
BB wants to stay in power. BB wants to stay in power, and he figures as long as he can fighting people and he got a war going on, he's gonna stay in power. That's his mantra. He got to stay in power, so he's gonna fight the way we want. The only reason why he didn't go over there and do anything to Syria is because Trump took his ass over there and went in and visited the country and said in the daggone country and said, "Hey, you guys are okay, and we're gonna leave you guys alone." So before he had a chance to do the same thing in Iran, BB said, "Shit, I got to do something here." So he went over there and bombed them, killed a couple of their leaders. That man crazy. He is out of his mind.
Well, let's see his foreign
Well, he's
history.
already
Right now,
hurt.
still got the war in Gaza.
Well, yeah, but he figured that was just about over. That's a cleanup job there, cleaning that up.
Still got the war over in Ukraine.
Yeah, that's
Now
Russia.
we're talking Iran.
Absolutely, and Russia is back in Iran big time.
Of course.
And the Donald, for some reason or another, and everything left him high and dry. He was negotiating and getting ready to come over there and give them everything they wanted. And so Israel said, "We ain't gonna let him get that far." and now Daddy Trump, Taco, said, "Well, they deserve to get bombed." They should listen to me. You talking about a weak whistle? That old boy ain't shit. All he is, he's a bogart to these people in the United States. But everybody else, you can't bogart them.
Well, he got something. He got one thing that he did. What BB did for Trump is he got the news people off of that all those protests.
Hey,
So all they're talking about now on TV and news is the bombings over in the Middle East.
well, they got so much stuff going on and stuff now. It's it is a mess, a real mess. Now he's getting ready. Trump is for some bull crap, and eventually he's gonna have to do something, and Israel is gonna want some more weaponry. And guess what? They can't make no more weaponry because they don't have the raw materials to do it. They done gave all their weaponry to Ukraine, and now they're sitting on weaponry that they cannot even make. Everything is gone. They don't have any raw materials. And China said they ain't giving them nothing to make nothing with. He said, "We ain't gonna do nothing. We ain't gonna give y'all no raw materials or nothing." Because they done finally came forth and said that bull crap that Trump talking about his trade, the trade is done, is a lie. It ain't done. It ain't nowhere near done. And the Chinese said, until they let them have control of every chip that's in the United States, they can't have a quarter. Nothing. They need those chips. He want them chips, and Trump said he can't let them have it. But they said, and he done told them, said, "Well, you all release the raw materials first." And China said, "Oh, okay, we'll give Ford and GM and Stella Salanta a license. So you're going to have to apply for a license. So they may not get no raw materials until shit August or September." So I don't know what that boy doing. I have no idea. He done ruined his military. He done did everything. Oh, but we in trouble. I don't know what's going to happen here. He does not think no further than his nose. That's as far as he can think. As far as he can think. And he got some dumb folk fools up there in the cabinet. Dumb, dumb, dumb people. Hmm. So now I don't know what the heck happened to you. Now, last night, you see Newsom got on channel, said, "Yep, we done won the case. Troop's still there. Donald's still in charge of the National Guard." Because he had the appeals court said, "Oh, we're going to stay that order till we get this thing settled up." So I don't know what the hell we're going to do. Some people, the National Guard is still there. They still in charge of, Trump's still in charge of them. And right now, from what I'm hearing, they done had 2 nights, 2 days of peaceful protests, and then they go home at night. What is the National Guard going to do? They going to stay there or what? Don't need to bring the military there because ain't no more rioting going on. So I guess I'm gonna sign up for the big rally tomorrow. No King's rally. I'm gonna, they got two right around that area. They got one over here in Woodstock and one in Marietta. So I think I'll be getting up and be out there about 1 o'clock in the afternoon and marching with those folks to here tomorrow. She'll be over with by 4:30. They say it. We may or may not have a show. I don't know. All depends on if they don't go out there and bring the police on us and stuff and run us the hell away because I ain't going to jail.
That part.
I ain't going to jail because I ain't gonna have nothing on me or no nothing. If the police show up, he ain't going home. like like the old folks used to say, I'm with you right or wrong, but you go to jail, I'm going home. Yes, sir. I'm going home. Not going to jail with nobody. I can't stand it in no jail, dear.
Hey, more power to you.
My personal parts can't take that stuff. Cause I want to go take a shower and don't have to worry about somebody trying to do something to me. Oh man. I'm sorry, people. That's what happens in the jail. If y'all don't know it, it's too bad. Gotta watch it behind.
Just a side note. According to the Heritage Foundation, China spends 330 up to $450 billion on their military. United States spend $997 billion, $970 billion, up to $1.5 trillion. Now, the thing is that right now, as we speak, the DOD secretary is talking to Congress. And he's begging for his budget. We have been spending well over $1 trillion every year for the military, but yet and still, we don't have our act together. They claim that China is so far ahead of us, it's ridiculous. That's what he's saying.
Right.
So something is wrong with this picture here.
They're stealing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They're stealing the money.
Yeah.
There's too much stuff going on. That's why they're trying to move ahead of us. They ain't stealing their money.
That money is being spent for what it's being spent for.
That money being spent for what it's supposed to be spent for. And bet nobody dip into that pot. or they might get murdered or shot on the spot.
Giving all that money to their cronies, that's what they're doing.
That's it.
It makes like they got some kind of business going on.
They're stealing money. About half of that money is being stolen every year, going in somebody's pocket. Half. You're talking $500 and some billion going in somebody's pocket. A whole bunch of folks' pockets. And nobody do anything about it. 6 years of no audit. 6 years. No audit.
And nobody talks about it. Nobody talks about it.
You can't. It's persona non grata, man. It's too many big folks and stuff got their hands in that till. Too many billionaires got their hands in that till.
Well, if it's a hell below, there's a whole lot of them going there. Because they have destroyed this country.
Hey, it is a known fact that they that is a honeypot, and nobody better fool with that honeypot. Nobody better fool with their honeypot.
I don't know what to say behind that because I'm gonna tell you. I mean, anybody with a good set of eyes can see that something is wrong here.
Mm-hmm.
And there are some people that are very, and we know why, because they got all kind of little, what they call them, black ops, all kind of little things that they can just. I mean, we saw, the one thing, I loved about Dick Gregory. He said, hey, watch the movies. They'll tell you exactly what they're doing. So, we done seen all kinds of movies about all of these people, what they got, these little secret people that's on there. CIA ain't nothing compared to some of these other people. And they paying them big bucks. So they say, hey, let those 40 million people, 45 million, 50 million, 60 million, whatever it is, live like shit. And make sure you keep them black folks down. And now, they done flat out told the Latino people, we don't want you. We just want you to keep cleaning our houses and working in our hotels and cleaning those beds and picking that fruit and vegetables. And any of you black folks do anything, you're going to jail.
going to jail.
Losing your freedom.
Go. Do not.
That's why I don't understand people. I mean, the truth is, they say crime do not pay.
Well, that ain't true.
Well, wait a minute. I'm talking about crime do not pay for black folks.
Oh, okay. Now you go. There you go. Because it pays for Trump.
Because let me tell you,
big time for Trump.
I would tell you, if genuine black folks do anything, even look like you're getting ready to do something, your ass is grass.
They're gonna lock you up quick. What was that display that we saw last night there with the House and the Senate? I don't understand.
It's just making noise.
I don't understand.
Now, one Republican was there.
It was, but I don't understand. What was that display? It did not create or cause anything at all.
It didn't resonate with nothing. The news people didn't even cover it. The news people didn't even cover it. They didn't say one word. I watched the news all this morning, and not one word about those Senate Democrats speaking and talking up for their associate. Not one, not even 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 20 seconds about it. Now he went on TV. Now
it was on the internet. It was on the internet, but I didn't look at the local news at all.
One thing for sure is that this man is a very smart man, MIT graduate, well spoken. Now I think he deliberately went up there and he did want to ask a legitimate question, but he probably look at it now as that's the best thing that ever happened.
Why you say that?
Well, think about this. First of all, he's in California. They're doing what they're doing. He's a senator. Mm-hmm. He's Latino, smart, articulate. He's known all over the world now. And he went to MSNBC, CNN, anybody to talk to him. There it is right there, bro. He's very soft-spoken. That's the only thing.
Well, they said he's always been that way. That's why when you hear just a tinkling of some Republicans out there, they be saying that they know him and that he's not the type of person to be aggressive at all. He's a very quiet-spoken person. So when they do say something about him,
that might catapult him. I don't know if he got enough oomph. But what they did was totally wrong, disrespectful.
I was also mentioning about the House, what they did.
Well, the Senate, you're talking about the Senate?
And the House.
I didn't see the House. I saw all the Senate.
The House of Representatives broke ranks yesterday afternoon and left the House floor. Every Democrat left the House floor and went across the rotunda to the Senate floor. Every last one of them. The House Speaker tried to stop them, told them that they ain't gonna be going over there, that they need to censure Dillon because he was wrong for what he did, and they need to censor him they're in the Senate. And the House members and stuff got up and told the Speaker of the House to kiss their ass, and they all en masse walked out. You didn't see that?
No, I didn't see that.
I saw that. That's why I was wondering what was going on. What did the news media and stuff do with that? They left the House of Representatives, every last one of them, and walked over there en masse.
That should have been news. I didn't see none of that.
What happened? I watched it. It was on the internet. They left the House floor. They played part of it and everything because the Speaker of the House was sitting there talking. Stop, y'all. Get out of here. You don't need to go over there. We need to stay over here. We need to censor that man and stuff. And they told him, and that's kiss our ass, and they walked out. In mass. They walked, every last one of the Democrats walked out of the House. All the Republicans were standing around wondering what had going on, trying to stop them. What you all doing? What you all doing? They walked over there on the Senate floor to support the Senate. And all those folks who were there.
Well, good for them.
Good for them. I thought that was very nice of them to do that. That was in solidarity. And then they walked out, and after they did that, and they had some of the representatives and some of the senators stand up on the Capitol steps and everything. They did a news conference. The House Minority Leader and stuff went on at least 3 or 4 programs to talk about it. He was on, Hakeem was on, I think Hayes' show on MSNBC, and he went on 2 other network programs to talk about what the heck had happened, what they did to Alex Padilla. And they asked him to fire that whore. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. They told him to fire her. She needed to be fired. And then she got on the news and stuff and lied. She got on the Fox News and lied. So he didn't say nothing. He didn't tell us who he was. And they played the video.
Oh, she's trying to make like she don't even know who he is?
Yeah, she got on Fox News, brother, and told him. He didn't say who he was.
She's sitting there looking right at him.
I know it. And they showed the video of him saying, I'm Alex Padilla, the U.S. Senator. And they still got him and throw him out, throw him on the floor and arrested him, put the handcuffs on him, put him in handcuffs. But she got on Fox News and said he didn't say who he was. I guess you can tell a lie and everything is fine. Everybody believes you. He didn't tell us who he was. And every internet news media on there had the video of him telling them who he was. And he kept hollering, I'm the U.S. Senator from California. Why are you doing me like this? I'm the senator. Why y'all doing me like this? And they kept
and plus, he was doing his job because, number one, he's on the committee of oversee.
Absolutely. And his office is in that same building.
Yeah.
That's his office is in that building where he was at. He ain't like he came into their building where they have the office is at. His office is in that building. Them people in there should have known who it was. He comes there anytime he's come back to California. That's where he comes. That's where his office is at. So we're going to see what the heck happened here from the next couple of days here, along with what's going to go on tomorrow with these, I don't know what you want to call it. Don't know, kid. I don't know what you're going to call it. But anything else going on out there other than war in Middle East? We talked about that. You still got Ukraine in the war. You still got Russia going into the war there. Oh man, what else is going? Oh, did you hear that China and stuff has signed a agreement and stuff and everything, a trade agreement with about 100 and some nations in Africa.
A treaty.
A trading
agreement.
Trading agreement to open up their borders. Zero tariffs on them at all. They want to trade back and forth. They want them to buy their stuff, and they want Africa to buy their stuff. They just signed it.
Is that with China?
100 and some countries in Africa.
Really?
Yes, sir.
That's going to buoy up their finances.
Absolutely. You signed it. With 100 and some countries there in Africa. They all agreed to it. Everybody en masse agreed to it.
Well, the mother country, we already know it, that the mother country's got so many resources, it's just ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. You talking South Africa all the way up into Egypt, all them countries. They signed it. Signed an agreement with them. And they are welcoming the Belt and Road into their country. But that's how China's going to move their products and stuff into Africa. They're going to build highways and stuff to send their products and stuff from China and back and forth. Major highways they're building. They're talking about spending a whole lot of money to open up trade.
It sounds like to me that America is going to be isolated.
They're going to be isolated. Trump is isolating us. He is isolating us. And this fool he put out a memo to the news folks and everything and said they have an alternate plan to attack Greenland.
Wait a minute, say that again?
He put out a notification notice, and sent it out.
When you say he, you talking about 47?
That the Department of Defense is preparing an alternate plan to attack Greenland and take that country. Peter Hegseth, or whatever the hell his name is.
Secretary of Defense.
Defense. That he got plans and stuff now, alternate plans and stuff.
So he's just gonna do whatever Trump
say. They're gonna go up there. If Greenland doesn't open up their door to them, they're gonna attack them. According to him, they got alternate plans to do this.
That's some Peter Thiel shit. Because they got a lot of good resources over there.
All the raw materials they need. They said that they got alternate plans to attack them. They want them raw materials, man.
Man, you know, the Democrats gonna have to stop talking about health care. They better stop talking about health care.
Well, I don't know if you heard, but the Republicans and stuff have that big, beautiful budget sitting in there, and they have already reduced the cuts to Medicaid and to the food stamp. They've already cut it. All that money that they cut from out of the Medicaid and the food stamp program, Senate put that back. A lot of it back. A couple $1 billion out of each one of them. Nope, we ain't cutting that much out of there. Y'all have to find some other cuts. We ain't cutting that out. But they'd already been whacked up that daggone budget that came over there. So whenever they finish with it, they're gonna have to go back to the House and stuff and everything with those reduced cuts in it. And the House, from what I've been hearing and stuff from the Speaker of the House and the majority leader in the House and stuff, they ain't accepting them cuts. They ain't gonna they're gonna add them cuts back. So they got a big fight. That's why most of them right there in the Senate hasn't said a whole lot about Medicaid, because they're already done reduced those cuts. And you see that our Mr. Man from Kentucky, Lance Paul or whatever his name is, Lance Paul or whatever, said that he wasn't invited to the White House picnic, so he pissed. They didn't invite me to the White House picnic. Trump mad at it because he messing with his budget, so he said he disinvited him to the White House picnic. Him and his family.
Yeah, petty. He a petty ass boy. He petty, man.
And he got on Fox News and said, "Yeah, he didn't invite me to the picnic. I don't know what's wrong with him." To the White House picnic. Overhead palm.
We got a petty president.
Yeah, oh man, I said he could have kept that and put it in his pocket somewhere and everything. Shit, he probably didn't want to go there anyway. Oh man.
Didn't you say a lot of the dignitaries not going to show up tomorrow?
They said they wasn't gonna show up. Republican and everybody said they ain't showing up. We ain't going. They all hate that because it makes them look like a Putin type shit going on there. They said, we don't like that. This is too much.
That's what China do, and that's what Russia do, and that's what North Korea does.
That's what they say in North Korea. That's what they do. All those axis of evil countries and stuff and everything. That's what they do. We ain't going there. And Mitch McConnell evidently jumped on Peter Hegsman and everything and stuff because he was asking them why are they supporting Putin by cutting out those programs and stuff and everything that's targeting their country. They ain't liking that. Some of them not. Some of them old dogs not liking that stuff. So I don't know what the Senate's going to do and everything, but I don't know if they're going to finally pass that daggone thing or what. But it's Trump might be in big trouble and stuff when it comes to his big beautiful bill. It ain't the big beautiful bill anymore. And his lapdog, the Senate, the Speaker of the House and everything and stuff. He's just ridiculous, man. That old boy is ridiculous. He
done lost his soul, man, over Trump.
He done lost his ever loving mind. He done sold his soul, man, to Trump, man. Sold it to him. And Ted, you know what happens when you sell your soul to Donald Trump. When things get bad, what's gonna happen? He's gonna throw him to the dogs. It's all his fault. If they don't get this bill passed, he's gonna throw him to the dogs. You didn't get this thing done, so I don't need you no more. We're gonna get rid of you. We need another Speaker of the House. So that's what he do with all of his lap dogs. When he get tired of them, he gonna throw them away. I don't know why he ain't fit. These folks in the House haven't realized that Trump would throw you to the dogs real quick. But he done sold his soul. But we'll see. Anyway, people, I don't know what to say here. I am not looking forward to it until tomorrow to see this man ride down streets to Washington, D.C., all the way down to Pennsylvania Avenue with him standing up in the stands and stuff, acting like Kim Jon. Did you hear what happened at Fort Bragg? His speech he had?
Oh, yeah. I saw about 2 minutes of it. That was enough.
But did you see what happened?
Yeah, I saw what happened.
No, you didn't. You didn't see everything.
Okay. Tell me what I didn't see.
You didn't hear behind the scenes.
Oh, yeah. I saw some of those military people.
You didn't hear what happened to them, did you?
What happened to them?
The commandant from Fort Bragg and stuff called all those folks, people at Fort Bragg, and said, anybody who do not like what the policies that's going on with this president, please resign yourself and everything, and you do not even try to get up there on that stage. And he asked all the other folks and stuff and everything who was for Trump, and they couldn't be fat couldn't have no fat on them. They had to be all nice and trim and everything. And those are ones that they placed in there behind the president. It was staged. Comment that from the
Playing politics.
He staged it. Politics. He staged it.
Did you hear what the senator said who was a cadet from Arizona said? He cut it up like a.
You talking about Kelly?
He was hot.
You talking about Kelly?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You know, Kelly was an astronaut now.
But he was a cadet too.
Right. He was an astronaut, and he's also the husband of a girlfriend who got shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. What happened?
No, I'm just saying that he cut him up. I mean, he was appalled. And he said a lot of the military people were appalled behind that. You know, military is supposed to be apolitical. They're supposed to sit there and just listen. They ain't supposed to clap. They ain't supposed to be making all kind of noise when somebody says something.
It was staged to make that happen. That's what Trump wanted to happen. They staged it to happen. Like I said, he called all of them in there and said, hey, whoever don't want to do this, let us know so we won't put you behind him. Those who are okay with this, to raise your hand, we're going to stick you behind the president because you all the ones who are going to be okay with him, what the heck he's doing.
He should be fired.
They didn't, because that's what Trump wanted. He wanted them to be behind him to do that. That was staged. The whole scene behind him was staged. Now, if you've been to the military, you know, if you military, everything happens. The commander-in-chief is the commander-in-chief. You don't go against what the heck he's saying. But to let them say that they don't like what their president is doing and everything, and to allow them to say, if you don't want to do this, you don't have to. It ain't the military that I know about. And I'm pretty sure all the other folks and stuff who are veterans and stuff understand that does not happen. It is horrible what this man is doing to our folks, our military, and everybody in this country. Horrible what they're doing. And there's nobody standing up and saying a damn thing. Oh.
They cut $75 million from child care. They cut $64 million from Howard University. I mean, you know, you go down this budget and they just cutting. And by the time they finish, it's probably about maybe maybe 400 billion. I don't know what they're gonna do with that money, but they cutting it. They cutting like crazy. National Institution of Health, 1.7, was it? They're like 1.7 billion. I mean, man, you know, hey, I'm sure it's a lot of fat. I'm sure it's a lot of fat.
They ain't cutting nothing off the military.
Well, according to HESEC, they claim that they cut a few billion. You know, that's what he claimed.
Well, he claiming wrong because they put a trillion. They added $200 and some billion to their budget this year, which took them up to almost $1 trillion. So how in the hell you gonna cut some company you done added $200 billion? There ain't a cut. He's just acting for more. I guess he getting greedy. The shit, if they done gave it $200 billion, they might well give us another $200 billion. And sit there and lie and tell them that China is way ahead of them. They may not be way ahead of them. But I know China they are very efficient in what they're doing.
Well, the thing is, Eddie, you saw it, I saw it, and and when you was telling me about those drones, I've been knowing about those drones for 4 or 5 years. What China's been doing, they so far ahead of drones and robotics, it's crazy. And the
Did you
thing
see
is
that? Did
that
you see that drone display and stuff and everything of them sending their drones out there and
yeah,
making pictures and signs and stuff and everything with the drone?
and the cost of that is like basically compared to what you spend for these ships and airplanes and all that, there's nothing. You get drones in there, and boom, they do just as much damage as those planes,
They do. They can.
and you ain't risking nobody's life.
Uh, how do you think Ukraine has been able to stay in this war? They've been able to stay in this war because they're using those drones and stuff and everything to attack Russia. That's how they attack them bases and stuff inside of Russia, all the way at least 1,000 miles into Russia.
Well,
Flying
that
their
was the
own
same
planes.
thing that Israel did to Iran. They placed drones in there. They was able to put
No,
drones.
they sent some jets over there to
They had
Iran.
drones too.
No, they didn't have no drone. They sent jets over there.
Well,
They
that's the
sent
report.
fighter jets.
That's the report I heard.
Yeah, well, they still, according to what I've been reading and stuff, they sent jets, 200 of them. They sent over there to attack them. 200 jets. They didn't win. Now the drones came from Iran to Israel, but Israel bombed them with their jets. They sent planes up there with people in them. Make sure that they got those targets.
Well, they killed one of their major generals.
Well, the drones didn't work on Israel and stuff when Iran sent them. That's why they turned around and sent and fired them those missiles at them. They said, "Well, the drones didn't work. We're gonna fire these missiles, and if they ain't careful, they might send one of them nuclear warhead missiles over there to Israel." Man, when you back somebody in the corner to it, they might do anything. And Iran hates the hell out of Israel. They hate them. They are hated enemies. Hated
When
enemies.
when you say Iran, it's really not Iran. It's the religious sect that controls a lot of that.
Well, if you stay in Iran, then you still have to deal with that and everything. And just like they have dissents here in the United States, they have different groups here in the United States. They got different groups there, but who's ever in charge, and yeah, Iranian National Army is in charge. They are in charge, and whatever goes on, they are in charge of it. And the people in there don't have a whole lot to say. Because the last time they rose up and everything, they killed a whole bunch of them people.
Well, here's the thing: is that like we're getting ready to go into the holidays, and it's summertime, and kids are out of school. People want to be happy. They want to enjoy their life. And here we are. This knucklehead got us all kind of crap going on. And you can't tell me if the American people, they can't be happy. They can't travel nowhere. You could travel, but you're at your own risk.
Their own risk. And the other sad part about it, you may not be able to get back in your own country. Some of these folks and stuff and everything, they over here on visas and stuff, and they going back to visit their families and stuff and everything, and they come back to the United States, they might stop them and say, "Oh, you can't come back into this country." And they might have been here for 15, 20 years.
This is what they
Yeah.
voted for.
Hey, that's what you voted for.
I
That's what they
was
voted
just
for.
listening to, I think his name is Tim Kaine show, and he was saying that what we've been saying, 89 million people didn't vote. You get what you don't vote for.
And a lot of those folks who didn't vote belong to us.
Well, it's only, when you're talking only about 5 million people.
That's enough. That's enough. That's enough to have gotten over the bump or over the hump. That's enough to get over the hump and made a big difference in the electoral college, depending on where they was at in those battleground states.
Well, the thing is, the battleground states was Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota.
No, Minnesota's not the battleground. Pennsylvania is the battleground. Virginia is the battleground. North Carolina, Florida, and Ohio.
What about Philadelphia, Pennsylvania?
That's what I said. Pennsylvania. They're battleground. Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, North Carolina, Florida. They're all battlegrounds. And Arizona.
You get what you don't vote for, folks.
What you don't vote for. What you don't vote
Now,
for. Those states have huge amounts of electoral college votes. That's why when Trump won in 2016, he did not win the popular vote, but he won the battleground states, electoral college votes.
you get what you don't vote for. If you don't vote or you vote for the wrong person, now we in this mess.
Big mess.
On
Girl,
land and over and off this land. We got a bunch of mess going on.
over where? What did you
Off
say?
land.
Oh, okay. Final word.
I'm gonna go back to what I was saying earlier. The thing is that in my mind, the American people have failed us, failed this country. They have not adapted and do not want to assimilate with people. Everybody to them is not American. And they only been on this boat for 100 years or 150 years. And the thing is that, well, let me just say this. There's a guy that's a very popular TV guy, plays in a lot of TV series and stuff. Can't think of his name, but he's from New Orleans. He said, you don't see them going to Boston getting all those undocumented Irish people. You don't see them going to, he named the beach. So obviously must be a bunch of Russians undocumented on this beach. He said, you don't see them going to that so-and-so beach going to get all those undocumented Russians.
That's Brighton Beach.
Bright Beach?
Brighton Beach.
That's where they at?
Yep. Brighton Beach is known for Russia's big Russian stronghold, Brighton Beach.
What state is that in?
New York.
Okay.
Well, please support these no king protest people going on tomorrow. If you don't go out, at least support them. Do what you can because we don't need no king here. Have a good day, people. Bye.